Happy time zone, Titsy Bird, Haven the Raven, and welcome back to Code Vein Solo, my first ever attempt at, well, beating Code Vein Solo. Thank you for the book, Louie. I'm actually really close to a level. I might just grind that, actually. That's really close to a level. Hold up. Hi. How did that even... How exactly did you hit me? One of you needs to come over here. Don't care which, I just don't want to fight both of you at once. Just because I can do it doesn't mean I want to. Get over here. Again with that. Oh, I already got more haze than I needed. One moment. There we go. And now... over here. That goes down. I actually don't have a ton of spaces left to go in the Crown of Sand. My throat's acting up a little, so I might wind up going and getting something to suck on in a bit. Get over here. Get over here. Can you please... Well, that did not go according to plan. At all. It might be worth getting the loop around before I do literally anything this time. Okay. One, two, three. That's for Davis. The reel is for EO, the record is for Davis. I was hoping to kill that thing from a distance, but oh well. I remembered what was up ahead and decided I was probably better off not, having no Iker. Ugh, Fen, you reek. What? But if I get caught in a corner, I'm gonna have no Iker anyway. Brilliant. Get over. Well, I suppose it's better if I go to you. I can't hit you from a range. Okay. And you're done. Kick this down. And now I have access to a looper end when I need it. Let's move you over here. I'd rather not fight you in the sand. Nice bloody try. Uh-oh. Ha! There we go. And there we are. I need to go back to the missile, rest, and then it is quite literally almost boss time. I just have to do the run back. Or about the run to the boss. Which shouldn't be that much of a problem. Whee! I mean, there's always a chance that I do something stupid. There's always the chance that I do something stupid. This is me we're talking about. But it's not guaranteed. And so long as I don't do anything stupid, this should be a relatively simple run back. How long have I had flame protection on for absolutely no reason? You will gun me down if I don't rush you. I'm better off sneaking up on... Well, of course I lost an Iker. I just have to be slow. You're almost a guaranteed free backstab anytime I have to run past here. Even if I messed up and I don't have, the last of Eva's vestiges, I'll still be fighting the last, or the, Virgin-born. Because I saved the other 3.
Please, spin a thread of memory for me.
Alright, I'm pretty sure that I got all of those. And that's the last of it for the Harmonia vestiges. Of course. Ow. Ow. I got way too greedy. That was my fault. That was entirely my fault. I got way too greedy. And I was also... I'm also being dumb because I didn't go back to base and upgrade my weapon. Hold up. Hold up. Cannot believe I did that. Okay. Just, okay. Oh boy. Okay, so let's see here. The record is you. I don't think you actually have anything else. Oh, Peter! Hello! How you doing? I need one more titanium for that. Okay.
Make sure you've got...
Oh, Louis not over here, which means he... Oh, he's by Coco. I am feeling a little off, but otherwise I'm doing fine. Thank you for asking, and I'm glad that you're doing well.
Find anything?
Okay, jam is for Mia.
I'm serious.
Anything interesting happening?
Watch yourself. If you want to.
Exchange, give.
Oh, you know.
Cool, I'll be taking that.
Did I get the?
And you actually have a pretty nasty blood code. Unfortunately, it's locked behind this next boss. Who I completely goofed while fighting. Or, well, who I completely goofed while fighting against. Yeah. Hopefully. Oh, Jan, hello! How are you doing? So, I am on the boss of the Crown of Sand. Oh, I'm feeling a little off, but otherwise I'm doing normally. I'm glad to hear that you're doing well. Ooh. Oh, pardon. That sounds nice. I admit I don't really have any old friends to reconnect with. But that does sound nice. Oopsie daisy. And I did not lose an Iker this time. Fair enough, fair enough. I'm a bit of a recluse, so I've always had trouble connecting with others, honestly. Okay, so if I die again, I can go back and upgrade my weapon. How... I was on the path. How did I lose an Iker? Oh, well. It's not like one Iker's... Well, okay, one Iker is possible, but... I'm... honestly better about reaching out to other people than other people are reaching out to me. But... by recluse, I mean... I tend to prefer a very specific set of locations for hanging out that I don't exactly meet a lot of people. Oh. Whoa. I wouldn't go so far as to call myself a shut-in. But that also wouldn't be entirely inaccurate, I don't think. That's completely valid. Oh dear. Oh dear. What the? Ah. Yeah, I haven't really been a party person pretty much my whole life. That should be enough. Why is it saying games and demos on the... Hang on. Nope. Nope, it's... Weird. Yeah, the one that just completely got blocked was a bot. Or, well, just got blocked by Nightbot. Can you upgrade my weapon now?
What do you want to upgrade?
Yes, but I need more haze.
Make sure you've got... What do you want to upgrade?
I need 60 more haze, are you joking? Literally just 60, that's...
What do you want to upgrade?
Oh well.
Make sure you...
I used to go to school dances thinking it would be fun. Stopped doing that in high school when I realized that a lot of people just really didn't like me. I'm apparently hard to get along with. And then I just outright wasn't invited to prom. Like, the school forgot to send me my invitation. And I actually have a sensitive nose, so I have to be careful who I attempt to party with. I have a very dark sense of humor. It never really caused me problems, per se, but I did creep a lot of people out because I was willing to just say some of the most abhorrent shit. Like, I would probably punt past me across a whole damn field. Yeah, apparently people don't like cannibalism jokes. Especially not in home ec. Gallows humor was not their kind of thing. I grew up on things like Addams Family. The original black and white and stuff, so that and anime. Everybody else in my grade was was all sports, Uno, for some reason, and celebrity drama. Oh dear. Already leaked. I, What? My fault, I suppose, for not locking on. Oh dear. Yeah, I never saw the appeal of South Park. Okay, furthest have made it. What do you mean I was too close to the AoE? I should have been well clear of that. I, too, only really saw clips. But what I did see... Again, my sense of humor is gallows humor. I like my humor bloody. And the humor that I saw from South Park was more just offensive for the sake of offensive. Which I just thought was annoying. I was especially sensitive to... Well, I'm still quote-unquote sensitive to anything anti-queer, and I believe there were some anti-queer jokes made in those clips. Yeah, South Park just wasn't my thing, and I'm not sure I'd be able to get into it now. Anywho. Now that the run back's done. Oh dear. Already with the leak, huh? I am choking so badly. There we go. Hi. I'll read your message in a second there, Peter. There we go, okay. True, context does matter, especially in the context of humor. Thank you for the W's. Okay, and we're 40 minutes in, and already at the point where I guaranteed I was getting today.
The relics.
Not sure whether that's a mark against how short this area is, or for my skill. Or against my self-esteem, I suppose. That said, I'm anticipating the next area to be a pain in the ass. Or, well, the next main story area. Peter, have you ever played this game? Because the next area is widely considered to be one of the hardest. Or have the hardest bosses.
Please. Forgive me.
Oop, is that a yes or a no? Because this is actually late game. Or, well, I've officially passed into late game. Oh, yeah, this is gonna be quite difficult. I'll come back for that quest in a second here, but first, let's unlock Crypt Spire. Yeah, Crypt Spire kicked my ass first time, and the boss at the end of it, or bosses at the end of it, kick my ass routinely. Once I unlock the first couple of checkpoints, I'll be relatively fine. It's just that unlocking the first couple of checkpoints can be a bit of a problem. Oh boy. This game is honestly a really good one to go for if you want to get into Souls as a genre. It has tutorials for you to read. the gameplay is actually balanced around having a partner. It's not like it's just shoehorned in. And you don't really have to worry about building yourself wrong because you level up your entire... Or you level up everything when you level up. You don't level up just one stat. So you don't have to worry about messing up your build, really. Just trying to get rid of you before, but whatever. That said, there are some sections that are absolutely brutal, and we'll be getting to those. Yeah, I'm just gonna head this way. I actually did already pass a couple brutal sections. Okay, you. Yeah, this game's actually pretty well balanced, and almost anything can work. It has its issues, of course, but anybody looking to get into Souls as a genre, I will recommend Code Vein to them. Particularly because you can actually, Again, I'm going alone here, and I did test it out. As long as you're picking the right companion, it is actually possible for them to carry you throughout the entirety of the new game, or of New Game and New Game Plus content. If you're interested in that run, it's titled Code Vein, but I'm the Help, and it's on YouTube. It was actually one of my earlier ones. Or one of my earlier stream series. There we go.
We only just stopped up.
Did I do this? I am actually at some point or another going to be going through and trying to beat this game with specific companions without switching companions. Considering each companion has their strengths and weaknesses, that's going to be interesting, to say the least. Because I won't be allowed to do any damage, I'll only be allowed to support. I think I already got this. Okay. I don't think this counts as part of it, but I should still go down over here because Karen. I almost forgot about Karen again. Why do I keep forgetting about Karen? Well, it's probably because it's such a weird... Hers is kind of a weird mechanic. Karen, after successor bosses, and it is specifically after successor bosses, will have an item called Pure Blood for you. if you visit her after the last successor, though, you'll get her blood code. The one I just beat is the last successor. The blood codes are this game's classes. Each one has its own stats, or has its own stat spread, and you can sort of customize beyond that with passive gifts, which are the skills. How much do I need for... I need 3,000 more, roughly. But with, the blood code system is actually why you don't have to worry about leveling specific things. If you want to change your build, you just slap on a different blood code. That easy. And they save your loadouts, too. Hey! Aw. So you can have gifts equipped on one blood code and not another. And... oh dear. Fighting what now? I believe those are actually called Black Hunters. Can I see the monkey? Oh, wait, no, it's not monkeys this time. Monkeys is later. Oh, okay, I've yet to see solo leveling, actually. Let me just take some more of your blood. The only thing you have to be worried about really with swapping blood codes is equipment and Ichor. For example, if it doesn't have at least a D+ in dexterity, I cannot wear my current blood veil. So, for example... Actually, I don't think there's anything with... Aha! Okay, with Berserker, I wouldn't be able to wear my blood veil. Which is my armor. But currently that's the only one I have that I wouldn't be able to wear my armor with. And if you change blood codes, you wind up at the base Ichor. The 30 out of 30 in the bottom corner is my Ichor. I use my Ichor to cast my spells and my buffs. Speaking of buffs. That for the sake of healing. You. I was trying to parry, but okay. Guess I'll just get the backstab. Your Iker goes up as you do drain attacks, which are the backstabs and the parries. But it goes back down to its base when you rest or die. It's essentially a dynamic mana pool. Which is a really neat mechanic, actually. But you do have to be a little careful with this dynamic mana pool. Since it's, oh dear. Okay, we're going down here. Come on. You're gonna make the first move. Oh dear. Okay, guess I'm making the first move because I'm being chased by that guy. You do have to be a little careful with this dynamic mana pool, though, because if you swap your blood codes, you immediately get set back to base. You don't get to keep your buffed pool when you swap classes. Come on, I need Iker. There we have it. That's actually a lot of haze. I believe there's actually something important past over here. Get over here. I'll be taking some of your blood. Man, remember when these were considered strong enemies? Ooh, lucky backstab. I will gladly take the titanium. And the extra heal. Extra heals are always nice. Well, except when you're unable to heal because of a challenge or something. That is always annoying, actually. Okay, monkey. You thought I didn't see you, monkey? Okay, guess that didn't work. I don't know what they're actually called, but I call them monkeys. Have you ever played any of the God Eater games? Because I've actually yet to run into a bunch of people that have actually played both Code Vein and God Eater. They probably smell like a monkey. That's fair.
Well, I guess that's in order. All right, are you ready, squad?
Down we go. I'll admit I've only played God Eater 3. That, I think, might actually be the first loop around. Which could be worth grabbing before I head down there. Okay, you haven't? Fair enough. Yep, this is the loop around. Okay. Well, Code Vein actually takes place in the God Eater universe. The horrors from the Great Collapse that a bunch of NPCs talk about are actually origami. Yeah, that's why I ask before I say it. Okay, first loop around acquired. And it's also sort of implied, because of all of that, that the Revenants themselves, which that's our character and most of the NPCs we run into, are also to some extent origami. There's way too many similarities in the lore of the boar parasites, which is what turns Revenants into Revenants, and Oracle cells. There's just way too many similarities for that to not be intended. I hit parry. That's fair enough. That's really fair. Not everybody even wants to play games. And you can't really expect someone to know that one niche game is connected to another niche game unless it's like directly stated. I'll be heading into that depths map at some point because I believe that if I get all of them, I can actually upgrade my sword. I think I can actually tend my sword. Which will make dealing with the things at the top of this a lot easier. Ten is the highest a weapon goes in this game. You need Queen Tungsten for it. And if I'm remembering correctly, the two earliest pieces of Queen Tungsten are in Misty Ruins and Rocky Ruins. One of those being actually locked behind doing every side quest in the game.
Wait.
Depths maps are this game's optional areas. You go through them, and if you manage to beat them, you get... Well, even if you don't manage to beat them, you get rewards, but you get more if you manage to beat the boss. Well, the main boss. There's always mini-bosses in a Depths map. And those are far less likely to give you rewards than the guarantee from the big boss. Oh dear. Oh, hi! There's two of you! Delightful. Glad I landed that parry. I'm just gonna keep trying to backstab because you two both hit hard, and because I don't have a partner with me at the moment, I can't revive if I die. What? Come on. There we go. I should actually be able to level up a couple times and then continue. I should definitely rest at the missile regardless, because I am down to a very dangerous number of heals. And this next section, if I'm remembering correctly, is a bit of a pain considering the sheer cliffs and strong enemies on said sheer cliffs. Doo-doo-doo. Ooh, 4 levels. That's nice. Goodbye. You can only follow me so far, and nothing in this game climbs ladders, so haha. I don't even think I actually needed to kill that guy once, but I did for the loot. Five is not enough. Alright, let's continue. Hope I get more titanium. I almost just said titanite. I actually almost just said titanite. Okay. Just keep hacking away. You are a tree, I am the axe. This is the room that I was thinking of when I said it could be a bit of a problem. Okay, that helps. What about you? I might be able to free aim. There we go. Really? We're actually gonna do this? Okay, cool, and I don't have to take you out again in the future. That guy actually is mandatory because I believe the key is to that door literally right there. And even if it's not to that door specifically, it's to a door that's coming up relatively soonish. That's needed for progression. You remember details like that. Yeah, thank you for the compliment. But it is actually very... I've played this game a good, like, 6 or 7 times. And so even on top of everything else... Get back here, monkey. When you've played a game that many times, you remember a decent chunk of it, particularly the parts that annoyed you. There we go. Missile root is better than the bloodstained stake because it allows you to keep your haze. It's essentially a permanent vivifier. Do I play that much? Well, for starters, it's a game I enjoy. If I enjoyed the game, of course I'm gonna play it. We've talked about it before, how I am never the kind of person to just play a game once. If I only play a game once, it's because I actually kind of hated it. Pretty much every run I do is with the assumption that later I'm going to want to play it again at some point. Which is part of the reason I'm so picky with video games, actually. I'm... Knowing how I am, I don't want to invest time and mental energy into something that I don't like. And even beyond that, there's a bunch of other ways to play games. If a game only has one way to do a scenario, well, that's a little boring. I'd prefer to at least try different things, even if it's as simple as trying different styles of combat. Which is part of why I tend to gravitate towards action games and Souls titles. Because a lot of the time, puzzle games do only have like one or two solutions. Which is fine. But it does mean that I have to go longer in between playing puzzle games, so I sort of forget the puzzles. Does that make sense? But this game's raw build variety. I've done like...
My name is Silksong, and I will be your new
I've done a bunch. I kick that down because it's a loop around. And then we continue back up the spire further. Gonna be doing a skip-a-thon at some point up here. Well, at some point after up here. I forgot to turn in the Eos vestige. Oh boy. It's not a big deal. Can you turn around, good sir? I'd like to backstab your friend. Brilliant. There we go. Well, part of the reason I like challenge runs and I want to get into things like randomizers eventually is because I like to replay games. And finding new ways for me to enjoy the games I like, even if I complain about them a bit, is always entertaining. At least to me. Okay, I'm actually really close to the top here. We're getting to a point where it's like back-to-back keys or something crazy like that. Because I believe you're blocking a key. I have to hand it to these people. Security's pretty tight. Unfortunately, not tight enough, considering how many lost are in this tower. Ow! That's a lot of damage. Yikes. Yeah, it's back-to-back keys and doors at this point.
You're running into more than
Let me just do that. And then you die. Scooch over here, heal again. Get over here. And then, hello, final enemy before the ladder. Once I actually drop the ladder, I don't have to worry about these guys. But before that point, it's very easy for them to just outright rush you. Because both of them wake up and the monkeys drop as soon as you touch this ladder. Or that lever to lower the ladder. Okay. And this is pretty much the top of the tower. I forgot that they didn't give us another key after this. They just wanted to throw you into that situation with those, lost. Okay. Ah. Okay, something about sushi tacos just sounds wrong. I'm sorry. I'm usually pretty open-minded, but sushi taco does not sound appetizing at all. And we are not taking one step further up this tower until I go and do some other things. Because I'm genuinely scared of that. Like, maybe not legit scared, but, that might take the entire rest of the stream, and I'm not exaggerating. Or, well, I might be exaggerating a little. Because there's also the chance that I somehow managed to eke out a win of first go. But those two are a problem. And the guy after them, even more so. Pardon. At least from my experience. Generally speaking, Mito tends to be
You'll need strength. I take it.
tougher for me than Blade Bearer and Cannoneer.
It's a bit late. It'll be fun.
Exchange. You like coins.
Oh, you should. There's. Oh, a cigar. I'll just have a.
Okay. I'll be taking your blood.
So, don't be shy. Go on and take my blood code.
You like these for some reason?
Wow, catch the Make sure.
What else do I have? That's for Mia. That's for Eva. Those are for Eva. That can go to either Eva or Louis, so I'll just check that.
No, but if we speak in. Yeah, I'll have. We're here.
Eva, there you are. You blend in with the drapery.
Thank you. I'll be. Thank you, Flower. I'm.
And I'll give you this. There we go.
Did you find something? The loss of the mist invites total ruin. We have to prevent that.
Head to the depths.
Just tell me where we're going. It's unexplored.
Misty Ruins. Okay. I forgot to talk to EO. Okay, we're turning back around immediately because I forgot to talk to EO. I forgot to do the skipathon. I'll at least gather all the loot in Misty Ruins, but first I need to talk to EO. This is so embarrassing. Why do I keep forgetting to talk to EO? Alright, so I have one Eos vestige.
What?
Bridge to Glory is actually going to be huge for me. That's like one of the biggest buffs in the game, I think. However, it's only available to whoever actually uses it. I can't use it for my partner. Found that one out the hard way.
What?
Okay, so that's it.
You are going now? Take care.
The vestiges are important because that's how you get new gifts. Yes, Bridge to Glory. Elemental Wall might be helpful here too, because Blade Bearer and Cannoneer. Okay, so Hephaestus. Dancing Blaze is actually huge. Haze. I'm out of haze. Okay. Swift destruction would be great if I was light movement. I forgot that they gave her inhibit resistance and removal. Warrior. Is good, but that's unable. Demeter is actually a pretty good one, but only if you can plan it out in advance. I think I actually do want that. But first, let's just use up pretty much all of my haze stuff here. I'll leave the presents. But with this, I might be able to eke out a few levels, as well as obtain Dancing Blaze. Hephaestus. And I'll also collect that for now. Or, actually, I might not be able to get a level. Yeah, no. May as well unlock a few more then. I already got what I want from that. Scathak I forgot to look at. That's not that good. Honestly, inhibit resistance and inhibit removal are going to be huge if I can manage to pull that off. And I need 2 12s. Might not be worth it. That could actually also be pretty good. It's like perfect attacks. And I don't have enough haste for literally anything else. Okay. Misty Ruins, here we go. I make no promises about beating it, but I'll at least gather the loot. The reason I make no promises about beating it is I at least want to get started on Bladebearer and Cannoneer today. Who I also make no promises of beating, but I want to at least attempt them a few times. Okay, I actually need a mind boost for that. Do I have any? I do not. And I need 2 12s. Okay, so let's look at... I need B+ for this? Huh, okay. Prometheus actually makes it go down. So does Heimdall. And Hephaestus. Demeter makes it go up, but I take a hit to my dex. I take a... Does anyone have dexterity and mind? Because Bridge to Glory is huge. That's Strength, Vitality. That's Dex, Willpower. Mind, Vitality. That's just Fortitude. Just Vitality. You have Mind and Willpower up. Dex, Fortitude. Mind, Fortitude. I need Dex and Mind. Okay, so I'm 2 12s, huh? I think it is actually worth going back to Arachnid Grotto for that. Because Bridge to Glory is huge. That is a really good one. I think the Lord of Thunder actually has the best Dex Mind. The problem is it's the Lord of Thunder, and I can't get there yet. Oh, out of stamina. Cool. Why did I do that? Oh dear. Okay. That was a big ol' nothing burger there. 2 more of those, provided I win. And I can actually have Bridge of Glory on. It's worth having the bosses for these unlocked, just in case. I'd like to get one that had decent dex and decent mind, but that might not happen. Oh dear. I actually believe that Vali might be the best blood code in the game if I wanted to go for Dex and Mind. The problem with that is Vali is literally the Lord of Thunder's blood code, and I'm not confident in my ability to even get there. Okay. Well, that happened. Oh dear. There we go. That gives me what I need. Even if you don't think you're going to need them, it's worth having the depths maps unlocked because you can get the awakes you need. And they also drop materials if you used up everything that was just in the overworld. The guaranteed material and awake drop is actually really nice. So even if you only have one depths map that'll give you each kind of awake, it's worth it. Let's go with this. I lose a bit on the drain, but not that much. Hi. Or, well, I lose a bit of Iker regeneration, but not enough to really be worried. I do have to remember to be somewhat careful, though. Because some of the bosses in this depths map, or the mini-bosses, do actually have this annoying little feature where they're sitting in sand. And believe me, it is annoying. I just want to be able to tend my weapon. And I believe I can do that before Blade Bearer and Cannoneer if I pay attention and actually go looking for the tungsten to do so. Because for some reason you need 2 pieces of tungsten for a 10. Oh hey look, it's that annoying little feature I mentioned. Get over here. Ooh, that's some nice numbers. One of you did drop something, but I don't actually care. I'll have to see if the numbers actually show up on my attack thing there. 934 versus 400 something. I should also upgrade my bayonet. My bayonet's not going to do anywhere near as much damage, at least. Not unless I put effort into buffing it. And obtain bayonet mastery. Oh, that is not the direction I wanted to be going in. But I should at least have the option. Alright, I need to be careful here because there's an invasion. I remember this. There's an invasion around here. Let's go down this way and at least get the map. And then I turn back around and grab the invasion. Or... it might actually be worth coming back to this boss last. Because I know for a fact that that one doesn't have, sand. Because I know that one doesn't have sand, it means I don't have to run the... I'm not going to be running the risk of, being down on Iker when I go to attempt the boss. I'm a lot more strategic on my challenge runs than I am on my casual runs. My casual runs tend to be just random bullshit go. I put a lot more effort into not dying here. Which is something I should be putting a lot of effort into regardless, but I digress. Okay. Sheesh. Okay, you... well then. Can't say I saw that one coming. Though perhaps I should have. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna save the one with the Lost Invasion for last. Okay. I think they did it because they knew it would be instantly recognizable. Okay, with that embarrassment corrected. These games have a lot of sound effects in them. So my best guess for why they chose that sound specifically for the missile was because it wasn't something that could be confused for anything else. Oh dear. But I don't know, I'm not on the development... I was never on any development team for any sort of video game. This game came out when I was still in high school, I think. You, hi. Ow. I've never made my age a secret. And even if I was trying to, I would fail. Because some of the things I reference are very clearly, Gen Z. Oh dear. Alrighty then. This place feels like it would have a Lost Invasion, but I don't think it does. Yeah, I'm pretty sure the Lost Invasion was the other one. Why did you just kick that box, Fen? Okay. Get over here. And now... Wait, what? Why do I have 3 tungsten? I could have sworn you could only get 2 before Blade Bearing Cannoneer. Huh. Turns out I was wrong about that one. Do murder. I should get rid of you before I tackle Lost Invasion. And now I believe it was you. Yep. Okay, so that might be a slight issue as far as drain goes. What? There we go. Where's the next one? Oh, hi. I feel like the Lost Invasions are actually a lot shorter when I don't have a companion. I don't know why. But I feel like those go a lot quicker solo as opposed to with a companion. Ow. Goodbye. And now I attempt the boss once, and then I leave. I don't have 40 Ichor, but that's fine. I didn't have 40 Ichor when I fought her earlier today, so that shouldn't pose an issue. Let's go. Ow. Come on. And you're dead. Goodbye. And she's how you get 3 10s. Back to base. I don't want to spend my haze on levels until I tend my weapon. Oh, pardon. And at least try to upgrade my other weapon and my blood veil. I feel like those are important to upgrade. Just a hunch.
What do you want to upgrade?
There we go.
Which blood veil do you want to upgrade?
Blood veil's honestly more important at the moment. Whoa, nope, not that. I would need more titanium.
Sure you get back.
That might not be terribly helpful later. Oh well. I don't think either of the bosses I'm about to be heading into... Or well, I don't think either Blade Bearer or Cannoneer has very high lightning resistance. I tend to use lightning against them. So let's swap out my ice gifts for lightning, because I know that Blade Bearer, at least, has very high ice resistance, and Cannoneer has pretty high fire resistance. That said, actually, hang on. I'll put Lightning Spike on. Okay, that's a dark gift. So what is... Okay, my dark gifts aren't that far beyond or behind my light gifts. And Dancing Blaze is actually very good against Blade Bearer specifically. She does not handle that very well. Okay. Oh dear. Oh dear. Yeah, this is gonna be my wall. Unless I can actually manage to take out Blade Bearer quickly. Oh dear. Come on. There we go. Ah! Alright, I should definitely focus on Blade Bearer. Yeah, Cannoneer does a lot of damage, but he's relatively stationary. The problem is Blade Bearer in this case. Especially considering if you get caught by Cannoneer, you're gonna get comboed by Blade Bearer. Like that. Or you're just gonna get completely nuked. I wasn't joking when I said these two might take me the rest of the stream. I'm used to being able to trade aggro. Problem is, that's not very viable when you only have one person. Oh dear. I'm hitting dodge, what the fuck? There was nothing I could do there. Literally nothing. These two... Oh boy. If they take me to the end of the stream, they take me to the end of the stream. I'm not going over to try and beat them, though. Ow. Nope, nope, we're staying as far away from Cannoneer as possible. Because believe it or not, she's actually the less annoying one to focus on. Oh dear. Come on. Damn it. Yeah, I did know that these two were going to be trouble. Once I get one down, I'm fairly confident in my ability to handle the other, but until that point... Nice try. Uh-oh. Oh dear. Uh-oh, 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 uh-oh. Nope, 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 nope. Ah, I got greedy. If I hadn't gotten greedy, I noticed how low her health was. This is doable. This is doable. It's just probably going to take me a while. I don't have any haze to lose anyway. Oh, come on. Uh-oh. We don't do that here. Come on. Get over here. Uh-oh. That time I just got completely screwed because Cannoneer wouldn't let up. Okay. What? Okay. I was doing so well. Come on. Nice try. Not good, not good. Fuck. I wish I wouldn't get completely locked in like that. Oh. I knew I was dead. I had to try. Okay, these two are probably going to take me a couple streams. Not good. Oh, are you joking? Okay, come on, Blade Bearer. What just happened? Oh, come on! What's the no doubt about? Yeah, this is probably going to take me multiple streams. I need to focus on Blade Bearer, because if I try to focus on Cannoneer... What? She's just gonna rush me? Yeah, that was... Oh dear. Come on, I need her to aggro more. I need... Got caught in a pillar. Yeah, whatever. I don't care. Just get over here, Blade Bearer. This is not good. There we go. Now if I can get away for not even 30 seconds... Ah! The problem here is Cannoneer. I could handle just Blade Bearer. The problem is, if I try to focus on Cannoneer to take out the environmental hazards, then I have that speedy lady just gunning me down from the get-go. So I have to deal with the environmental hazards. And I can't always... split them up properly. That floor attack is incredibly mean, by the way. You have a split second to get out of that. So if you're mid-animation, you're just caught. I hit the wrong button. Back to the missile I go. And the issue here isn't even my damage, really, because outside of buffing strength and dexterity maybe to S, I can't really do much about that. Okay, this is actually going really well so far. I just jinxed myself, I know it. Oh dear. Ah! I thought I had enough to survive one hit. Like maybe on a sliver of health, but I thought I had enough to survive one hit. That was an error on my part. I never claimed to be good at these games. These two aren't usually a problem on my casual runs, but they've walled me on both of my challenge runs so far. Oh, come on. What just happened? The problem is getting behind her. Uh-oh. Because you can... Are you serious? Like, the problem is, definitely Cannoneer. Cannoneer is the much bigger problem here. But getting behind Blade Bearer is your best bet at getting damage in. And Cannoneer actually makes that a lot harder because you have to dodge somewhat frantically to not get hit by him. Like, I can pretty regularly get a few hits in so long as I can manage to get behind her. What? There we go. Not gonna happen. Come on. Come on, Blade Bearer, I need you to cross that gap quickly. Are you joking? I hit dodge. Why did you not? Are you... There we go. And you, I actually kind of don't want to engage in close quarters. Or, well, I do, but I also don't. Oh dear. There's specific attacks I want to close in on. There we go. If I need to... Oh, why did I do that? Nope, 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 nope. Oh dear. There we go. Okay. That took less time than I thought it was going to. Holy shit, look at the mini-map. Yeah, Blade Bearer and Cannoneer by themselves aren't that big of a problem. They're not that terrifying individually. However, their powers combined are a problem, and that's on a good day. Okay, I need a little more haze, like 8,000. That should do. Okay, and now for simultaneously the most satisfying and one of the biggest pains in the ass in this game. Because he's satisfying to beat, but he's a tough boss, and if you're playing as a caster, the name Juzo Mido should should have you quaking. I'm almost guaranteed to die here, so I'm not even going to bother with the buffs for now. Well, the problem with Mido isn't even really... Like, there's a few different problems with Mido. Oh dear. First of all, that damage. And then there's that. Fuck. You don't trust me. I had mentioned before that Tirnoch was... or that bosses in Amalur were kind of a joke. Code Vein is not one of those games where the bosses are a joke. Mido is a legitimate threat, and there's actually an entire section of one of my challenge runs I haven't beaten because they put a Mido there. Inhibit, that status effect that he slammed me with, prevents you from using any gifts. No buffs, no spells, no healing your partner. It doesn't deactivate passive gifts. However, any build reliant on buffs or any caster builds are going to find themselves in a huge pickle against him. What? Again? I was just trying to heal. But the fact that he does so much damage and can inhibit you, I, typically speaking, am actually more afraid of Mido than Bladebearer and Cannoneer. And this is my first time fighting him solo. This is another one that is probably going to take me the rest of the stream, and even if I don't wind up beating him, I'm not going over in order to kill him. Just because I know all it would do is piss me off. Ow! Yeah, I mistimed that. But see what I mean about him being kind of a problem? One of the challenge runs I did, or well, the only challenge run I've done before this was support only. And on my support only run, there was only one companion I had that would routinely stand a chance against him. And that's because she could quite literally just sit on the other side of the arena and keep filling him full of holes. Oh, sorry. Technically 3. But I think I actually wound up beating him with the one that's more likely to shoot. Ah, damn it, I didn't get. Oh, shit. Damn it! Part of the problem here is that I'm not a tank. Well, yeah. Mito is actually a really cool boss fight, technically speaking. He's just fucking terrifying for me because I tend to play as characters that like having access to their gifts. He's also one that is very prone to annoying me under the wrong circumstances. Yeah.
Feast your eyes. Behold true evolution.
There we go. Ah, damn it. I get caught in that combo, I'm almost guaranteed dead. The boss gauntlet gatekeeps a couple things. First of all, killing Mito the first time on a save file is the trigger for allowing you access to the DLCs. Mito's also the last trial before you can actually hit the true endgame areas. I wasn't locked on for some reason. Why am I choking? Take this opportunity to get back up to full. There we go. Damn it. The problem is the heal windows. If you manage to dodge outwards on some of his attacks, you can actually get in a heal. I'm pretty much dead if he hits me at anything less than full health in second phase. I wasn't even... Well... Guess I can use... Ow. Yeah. He's annoying, but when you actually beat him, it's so satisfying. Because he's the reason for, he's the reason the endgame even has to happen. He was accompanied by 3 hunters before. He no longer is. Because he killed those hunters and their relics went to go overwhelm and frenzy someone who's actually holding on to a rather important relic. What? I don't even know what happened there. My character wasn't dodging. It's not like I had any other button prompts lined up. My character just wasn't dodging. I'll give this one or two more goes, and then I'm starting to feel a little fatigued, so I'll be calling it. And not specifically fatigued with this game, and not in a I need to go lay down sort of way, just I need to stop talking kind of way. Because as I mentioned, I'm not feeling the greatest, and I am an introvert, despite everything. Oh dear. Okay, 3 more attempts, because that was pathetic. Fuck how I'm feeling at that point. That just hurt my pride. Okay. That was so pathetic. Oh, hello. What? I'm not saying that entire thing. Oh dear. Do you mind if I call you Al? Okay, bots do not come in calling a boss a bitch, or whatever it was Al just called him. How you doing? Oh dear.
Feast your eyes. Behold true evolution.
Oh dear. Let's go! Hi! Dark. You just came in on the winning attempt, it seems. Let me catch up with chat. Da-da-da-da. Ooh, on PC, huh? Cool. I hope you enjoy that. And you're probably also not a bot, Dark, considering that you didn't say anything standard. You may call me Haven. And this is my first ever time doing Code Vein without a partner. Oh, pff. Yes, type out all the digits of pi.
After the battle against the Queen, my teacher's fighting style had changed into something strange.
Please don't actually type out all the digits of pi.
Still, the missions with him were fun.
That, won't go well. But I've never actually beaten Code Vein solo before. I've done it support only, but not solo. And considering that some of the challenge runs I want to do in the future, I kind of needed to start off with a solo run where I was allowed to use anything at my disposal, except for partners. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that one was rough. I actually was not expecting to get both them and Mito within an hour. I was, truth be told, expecting them to take a couple of streams each. But hey, I'm not complaining. I am never going to complain about that. Let us collect the little bits of loot around here. And actually, let's go back and collect some side quests. I forgot to equip Elemental Wall. I got Elemental Wall and I forgot to equip it. Oh dear. Cannoneer was a joke once I actually got Blade Bearer down. The problem was that because of Cannoneer's environmental bullshit, I couldn't get behind Blade Bearer. Okay. Yeah, because once I noticed pretty early on that if I could get behind Blade Bearer, I could get in, or after most of her attacks, I could get in a good 2-3 hits with Enduring Crimson. The problem was that a lot of the time, Cannoneer was covering for her, and if I tried to fight her, or fight him, she was gonna come up from behind me and kick my ass. So I had to focus on her because she was faster and could close the distance better. And I also had to keep them separated. Once I managed that, it was my victory. And Mito was just a matter of I had to get good. Because Mito is always a matter of I have to get good, unless you're doing support only, and then you just scream. And hope that Mia and Eva don't miss their shots. Anyway, I'm sorry to do this to you both, Al and Dark, but I am going to be ending stream now. If you're interested in anything I've done up until this point, I do have a YouTube channel. You can check that out if you're interested. I try to upload stuff same day, and I group my runs by playlist so they're easier to find. If you're interested in seeing my announcements, I post them to Instagram now. And thank you. If you're interested in seeing my clips in an easier fashion, I post them to YouTube, TikTok, and, when it lets me, Instagram. If you've made it this far and are curious to see where I go from here, why not drop a follow? It takes but one button press, and you can always change your mind if you decide my content isn't for you. Quick heads up, I play 3 games a week. I chose this for my Wednesday slot because I know how short of a game Code Vein actually is. But my Wednesday slot is a 1-day slot. So I'll be getting back to this run on Wednesday, and when I get back to it on Wednesday, we'll be going through Provisional Government Outskirts, because I want maxed out heals before I attempt the DLCs. Tomorrow and Friday, it'll be back to Hollow Knight Silksong. We'll be going and exploring and doing more side quests. Friday, there's the possibility of the grandma timer still. My mom said that she was going to go pick up my grandma, but that doesn't necessarily mean that it's not going to be an inconvenient time. I'm planning on attempting the DLCs. I make no promises about beating them, especially Lord of Thunder. Monday and Tuesday, it's back to Kingdoms of Amalur Reckoning. Or, well, Re-Reckoning. I'll be doing part of the main quest for Mithros. Quick heads up, after I complete Amalur, I'll be going... Oh, thank you for the follow, Dark. I'll be going back to Dark Souls 3. And I'll be doing what I'm calling NPC roulette, where if every time, or I have to beat a boss while cosplaying a different NPC each and every time, with the exception of Cornix and Udex Gundyr. Reason for that one is you can't start with the same set that a NPC has. So the easiest way to do that is just start Pyro and disqualify Cornix right off the bat. And then, of course, I'll be going through Provisional Government Outskirts and then probably attempting the DLCs on Wednesday. The last week of October, I'll be doing Chalice Week, where I go through Bloodborne's Chalice dungeons, and anybody who wants to participate in co-op is more than welcome to. Because Chalice dungeons are a lot more fun in co-op than solo, from what I've found. That's the general plan. One moment while I decide who we're going to raid. Magnifico's playing Captain Toad's Treasure Tracker? I forgot that they made Captain Toad games, so let's go say hi to him. That said, happy time zones, everyone, and I hope you all have an excellent day.